Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spot the Trend Tools for Savvy Traders. Thank you, David. Your events are great, so thanks for inviting me here today. And today we're going to talk about a topic that is near and dear to me. First, let's read the disclaimer. And let's get right into it. So this is me with my book, which came out a long time ago already, the end of 2015, The Trader's Pendulum. But in The Trader's Pendulum, I talk about three types of swings, pendulum swings: the market pendulum, the emotional pendulum, and the financial pendulum. And I repeat this every time, just so we don't forget that there are three pendulums that we as traders are dealing with. The market pendulum is about the market swings, and we're going to talk about that today. The emotional pendulum are the emotions that go with it. We're also going to touch on that today. And the financial pendulum is making money and losing money, and using risk management so that we don't lose everything that we've made. So let's get started. And this is the 8-wave market cycle that I work with, and with our indicators and with our setups. This is the 8-wave market cycle. It's an Elliott wave cycle. And trading is challenging due to market uncertainty. Always, it's challenging. And trading market swings can create an emotional roller coaster. So understanding these market cycles and timing is crucial for success. And a structured roadmap and simple timing tools can provide clarity and consistency, hopefully. So let's get into this market map a little bit more. I'm just going to, well, okay, let's just go back. So let's just talk about the market map a little bit. When we trade up in a trend, up here, this is where traders and investors get greedy. They tend to load up. They are optimistic and exuberant. Then the market rolls over in an ABC. This is a zigzag Elliott wave correction. It doesn't have to be a zigzag. And then we are faced with fear. We tend to bail. We panic. We're discouraged. All of the range of emotions take place down here, and they're not good. So what we need to do is switch our emotions and train the brain so that up here we're fearful and down here we're greedy. And we're going to look at several examples where this is the case. So we need to build our confidence to be buying down here and selling up here. We need to feel the fear when we're up here. And down here, we don't want to be feeling the pain. We want to have a clean slate so that we can think about buying down here. And we're going to look at many examples on ETFs, futures, and some stocks. The problems traders face, common issues for traders and their consequences. One, volatility in the markets. What is the consequence? Trading impulsively, leading to an emotional roller coaster ride. 2, timing market entries and exits. What is the consequence? Chasing the market or exiting too soon, missing out on potential gains. Number 3, achieving consistent profits. It's not easy. What's the consequence? One bad trade can negate a week's worth of profits. 4, lack of boundaries and rules. What is the consequence of not having rules or not following rules and not setting boundaries? Feeling lost and unstructured, resulting in winging it. 5, easily influenced. What is the consequence? Lack of independent thinking, following the herd mentality. And 6, no clear goals. What is the consequence with no goals? Lack of direction and measurable success in trading. Now, if you've been trading for a while, you will have experienced most of these problems. And if you haven't experienced these problems, well, that's great. That's just terrific because I've experienced them all. So what is the summary? A need for a structured approach, effective tools, and accountability. The wavy tunnel solution, introducing our roadmap and simple timing tools. What if you had a system that explained how to understand and trade market cycles using the market roadmap, that identified where to place trades for optimal entries and exits? What if you had simple tools to trade the roadmap effectively and scan for trades and follow a trade plan to effectively trade the setups? And finally, what if you had accountability to do what you say you were going to do? Don't underestimate accountability. So you all know Warren Buffett. He's a contrarian when he says, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. So this is what I mean when I say, when we go up here to greed territory, we need to train our brain to be fearful up here and be greedy down here. This is the Wavy Tunnel Pro. This is our Wavy Tunnel Pro solution, introducing our roadmap and simple timing tools that capture these swing moves. On the right, we have our roadmap. On the left, we have one example. This is just a 2-minute NASDAQ contract, where at the top at point T, we get a purple arrow. And then when we have our strong ABC correction down into the tunnel, this is the tunnel, we get a gray arrow. And the gray arrow can appear in the tunnel, below the tunnel, or slightly above the tunnel. Bottom line is we have a strong trend, and then we have a correction, and it's time to buy again. If it is time to buy again, and we buy and it moves up and it comes down, and we tend to take out this point, which is possible most often on the smaller time frames, well, we're getting in at a low risk area, so we know where our stop is going to be, below the lows. The Wavy Tunnel Solution, Market Roadmap Mastery using simple timing tools. Master the market cycles, anticipate market direction with confidence, achieve better timing for trades, engaged in rules-based trading, develop independent thinking with clear trading goals. So by following the Wavy Tunnel solution, traders can navigate market challenges with confidence. Let's do a case study. Let's look at some SPY ETF examples on multiple time frames, showing you the market map in action using these simple timing tools. So we're going to start off on the weekly. And this is the weekly. Notice I have 5 different charts that we're going to take a look at. And I just want to show you the pattern. I want you to get this pattern ingrained in you, because when you see this pattern, which is a significant sell-off after a strong trend move up, we look at the market roadmap. This is the end of the ABC correction. This is the time to be buying it again. We get the purple arrow, we get the gray arrow. This is the time to be buying it again. This is the SPY. And this the last time this happened was in October 2022 on the weekly chart, where we had a terrible 2022, a significant sell-off in the SPY and in most stocks. And this was the turnaround point. So I can remember at that time when our scanners showed buys for so many different stocks, because they followed the exact same pattern. So this is the pattern that you want to look for buying the dips. This is one of the patterns, and I'm just showing you this pattern. There are several others if we're in a strong trend, etc. But this is one very strong, solid pattern that I love to look for, and I love to buy when I see this. I'm a buyer. I'm not a seller. So this is the weekly. Let's look at the daily time frames. We're going to see the same pattern. Why? Because the markets are fractal. That means that the same patterns exist on every single time frame. So we're going to do like a top down, and we started on the weekly. We're going to go down to day trading, and we're going to see the same exact pattern. So this occurred 1 year later in October of 2023, same pattern. And that was the absolute low. And this is an Elliott wave pattern. I don't have to get into the details of what it is. I like to look at the charts and let my indicators show me when it's the end of the correction without counting inside the waves. Although I can certainly do that, we don't have to do that because the indicators will show us the end of the move. And this, I call this the breakout 4 trade, and it usually occurs at the end of a wave 4 or a wave 2. The next time this happened was in August 2024 on the daily time frame. This was a little bit different because we didn't stay down here for a very long time before the market just took off again. So we actually hit the target, and you had to be quick to get in down here because the market reversed very quickly. Look at even the candle. We have a green candle moving up. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame to see some swing trading opportunities and just take note of the pattern. Well, this occurred in January of 2025. This occurred in the second week of January, where we had this gray arrow triangle. Previously, we had the purple. The purple is the end of a swing move, and then we move down to the gray. So these are the two largest swing moves. In our system, we go purple, gray, yellow, red, and blue. And the blue dots are for getting into the trend when we are in a strong, the blue and the red dots when we are already in the trend. The purple tells us the end of a move prior to a correction. And the gray, this is our breakout 4 trade. This tells us that we could be coming to an end. And of course, we want to see confirmations as well. We just don't want to buy if we have strong red candles continuing to move down. We need to see some green candles, and I like to look at a 1, 2, 3 reversal on a smaller time frame. So this occurred just in January of 2025. Now for day trading, let's look at the ES futures on the 2-minute chart. Same pattern. Let's go back to the market roadmap, and here we go. 2-minute day trading. We get the purple, and then we get the gray. And this occurred middle of January. We actually had two trades there. One over here on the left, and then another one over here on the right. So one at the beginning of the day and one at the end of the day. In fact, yeah, this was at around 11:45, and this was at the market close. Okay, so we need to look for these patterns. And you could look for them yourselves. I'm going to show you how you can get these indicators, but you can certainly put these moving averages on yourself, and you will still see the market map. Okay? And this is we looked at an ES 2-minute. This is a 5-minute NQ. Same pattern. We see the purple arrow, and then we have a nice Elliott wave structure, 3-wave structure, moving down into the tunnel. We get the gray arrow. It's time to be buying here. Okay, this was on January 16th. So let's just summarize this. The Wavy Tunnel Pro Indicator Suite, trading in action, identify entry, trigger, and re-entries. So breakout trades. Point C, breakout 4 trades. Gray arrow kicks off the trend. This is point C. Remember we said we have an ABC moving down, a significant retracement. This kicks off the trend, and then we get blue and red dots into the wave. This is the 3 lines are called the wave, into the wave, showing entry points for the trend. You want to make sure that the wave is separating from this tunnel. So the moving averages are separating. The shorter term or the medium term moving averages are separating from the longer term moving averages, and price is above all of the moving averages. So these are your re-entry points. This is your kickoff point, re-entry points, and point 3 is the purple arrow, end of the swing move. End of the swing move. And then we have a correction, which takes us down, and we start all over again. Here's the gray arrow. So this is the setup for an uptrend. The same can occur for a downtrend if we are in a significant downtrend. So in 2022, we were in a downtrend. So this would have been reversed. We had, you know, the market was bearish. Okay, so this is how you can follow the moving averages, follow the market map, see the market cycle, and be up here, feel the fear, and down here, be greedy instead of the reverse. We don't want to be greedy up here or be greedy up here and be fearful down here. This is how we have to change our brain so that we can trigger when the market sells off. Okay, we want to trigger long when the market sells off. Summary, market roadmap in action using simple timing tools. By mastering the market roadmap using simple timing tools and applying it across different time frames, traders can enhance their ability to predict market movements and make informed trading decisions. This structure provides a comprehensive view of the benefits of using simple timing tools for trading the SPY ETF across various timeframes from intraday to long-term strategies. So this is what we just went over, okay? Now let's move over to ETFs. I want to show you how these patterns show up everywhere. Okay, so the spider sectors. We did look at the SPY and we looked at futures. Let's look at the spider sectors and we'll take a look at individual stocks within these sectors. So these are the 11 spider sectors, and you can find these sectorspiders.com sector tracker. And what I've done was this morning, I took the year-to-date returns. So year-to-date returns for all the sectors, and this is the year-to-date return for the S&P up here. And what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the sector which has the largest return, so the financials and some stocks within that. And then I'm going to go to the sector which has sold off recently, technology, to see if we can find opportunities there. Okay, so we're going to take the strongest and the weakest. Let's start with the financials. On the sector spider, I looked at the stocks within the financials. So the financial holdings, there's 73. And then I sorted by percent change. So these are the strongest in the group, the strongest. And I just want us to take a look at the top 4, okay? The top 4. Let's just take a look and see the patterns here, because I want you to learn about these patterns. So first, let's look at XLF. Now with XLF, we're look at how strong the trend is, okay? Like we're in the ozone territory, we're in the clouds, we're in the area where, okay, where I said we need to be fearful if we're not already long the financials. When you agree, the wave is separating from the tunnel, so we're still in an uptrend. We're still in an uptrend. We don't have any sign of a reversal yet. But let's have a look at the daily. This is the weekly. Let's have a look at the daily. And I'm just going to show you, since we're making new highs and new highs, how we can find some targets for this in case you are, you know, you're long financials. How do we find targets? This is where Fibonacci comes in. And all I did was I took the move from here to here and got an extension, and this blue line up here is 161.8%. Okay, so this is, and there are targets in between. 100%, the previous high is right here, and then there are targets in between up to a very strong level, which is 161.8%. So this is just an example where you can look for this, target. And there should be some consolidation around this target if it moves up to this level. So we already see that XLF is extremely bullish. And since the beginning of the year, which I just took year to date, we have 4 weekly candles moving up. Okay, so that tells you why the year to date returns are the highest, because we just have green weekly candles moving up. And to find targets, this is the way I know how to do it. Okay. So now let's look at DFS, Discover Financial Services, and you see a similar pattern. Very difficult to be buying this right now. We would want to be looking for some kind of a sell-off. But if we move to the right, we want to see the price targets. We're already at the 161.8% extension of this move. So with this level, we did have some consolidation. Are we going to break above? Well, if we do, then this is the next level, 261.8%. So this is a very, very strong stock, and it's stronger than the index, because if we go back to the index and look at the weekly, we did surpass the previous high. Okay, yeah. So, but this is stronger. We surpassed the previous high, but we're already at the 161.8%. So let's look at the next one. This is Citibank. Now, on the left, I have the monthly, because with Citibank, we have prior data, which we've been up here before. And you can't see it on the daily, but you can see it by going back to the monthly. We've been up here before. And take note of the pattern here. The wave is below the tunnel. This would have been, this is the purple arrow. It's not purple, it's gray, because we had a lower low prior to that. But then we had a 3-wave move up into the tunnel. So reverse the picture that I showed you on the 8-wave market cycle. This is showing some resistance. Now with our indicators, we like to see this is the yellow bungee line. We like to see the yellow bungee line going to the upper reversal zone. We're almost there, but we could have some more room to go. We're talking about price targets in Citibank we're right in the tunnel. We could go above the tunnel, but we're at frothy levels here as well. And Capital One. So let's look at Capital One. I have the monthly on the left as well. On the right, we have the daily. And look at this consolidation. This is a very strong pattern, because we have a consolidation into the wave. So and then we started to move higher. So again, on the left, on the monthly, we take the Fibonacci tool and we run it from high to low to get the extension levels, and this is the 161.8% extension. So we're approaching that. We should see some consolidation at that level, just like we saw some consolidation at the previous high over here. Consolidation in one red monthly candle. So we're not really seeing the 8-wave market cycle on these charts, are we? Because we've accelerated. We're so bullish. And this is the last one that I'm going to show you before we move on to technology. This is Corpay Inc., the weekly chart, and on the right we have the daily. what do you do in this instance? The only thing that I know how to do is to run the Fibonacci extension. On this daily chart, when we corrected down, we didn't get the gray arrow, but we came very, very close to getting it. We got a yellow dot. So we didn't quite hit the tunnel. Now, when we don't hit the tunnel, it means that it's just bullish. Okay, it means that it's bullish. When we don't hit the tunnel, but when we come close, it's bullish. And if we have reversal candlestick patterns, then that's what it means. So we came very close to reaching it, but this was a nice discounted price to buying it up here. And that's what we want to find. We want to find discounted prices. And the Wavy Tunnel Pro indicators show us those discounted prices. And in finding the price targets, we run the Fibonacci tool from high price to low price. And this would be the 161.8% target before we would see some consolidation. And right now we're at the 100%, we could see some consolidation here. So if I saw this chart fresh to be buying it, I wouldn't be buying it. I like to buy it, the discounted price, after the retracement on after a strong move up. It doesn't mean it's not going to go higher. I mean, this is the target. Certainly, if we take out these highs, we consolidate and we take out these highs. Well, we've taken it. We did take out the highs. We closed higher than this high. So you'd have to go down to a smaller time frame and trade from a smaller time frame to hit this target. So now let's look at technology. And I said that with technology, the year to date is down. It's the only ETF that is down because of the sell-offs of not all of the technology stocks, but some of the technology stocks after the news. And I sorted by the greatest percent change. And then we'll look at the strongest losses. So these are the strongest stocks in the technology sector. Okay, these are the strongest stocks. And let's look at FFIV, F5 Inc. And we look at the weekly on the left and the daily on the right. Well, very strong. You can see this is, yeah, crazy price action here. So what do you do? Like, what do you do in this case? Nothing, right? Nothing. What do you do? Unless you, at this point, this is where we saw our pattern right here on the weekly chart. We had the purple arrow up here, then we had the gray down here, and then the market turned around and started to move up. And this was in May of 2023 when we had this pullback. Okay, this is the weekly. And then the market continued to digest these lower prices, and then it really started to take off after August of 2024. So what do? We run our Fibonacci tool from high price to low price, and we see that we are currently at or just below the 161.8% extension of this move. So we're coming near to a price target right up here. So this was the strongest performing technology stock in the sector. Now let's look at, I sorted percent change by the weakest, okay, year to date. And you recognize, a lot of these names, okay? You recognize them. Broadcom, Dell, Supermicro, NVIDIA. Remember, NVIDIA sort of kicked this off. And let's have a look at ON and see the difference in the patterns. Honestly, when we were looking at the strong stocks, we were in the clouds, like we were just in the ozone, like in the clouds for those stocks. Not so for these. Okay, so let's look at ON. On the left, we have the weekly. On the right, we have the daily. Do you recognize this pattern on the weekly chart where we have the purple arrow at the top of the market, and then we have a strong consolidation, and we can call it an ABC, so purple, red, red, and then gray, ABC for the correction. This is not exactly an ABC correction, but this follows our market map model where we have a strong move up followed by a strong correction down below the tunnel. And we don't just jump in and buy here. No, we don't. The way my system works is this gives us when we see the gray arrow, it tells us that we need to pay attention. But the signal, this is the ready, but the signal is when we close above this filter. This is the green moving average. It's the 12 EMA. It's going to come down and meet price. When price closes above the green filter, this is when we would get interested in buying it, or a 1, 2, 3 reversal. But this has given us the ready that maybe we could be near a bottom for this stock. So this is going to be on the watch list. So we just looked at many examples using the market roadmap. And so I hope you have some sense of what to look for when you're trading, looking for these patterns. I'm very much a pattern trader. My background is in Elliott wave analysis. I was an interbank institutional trader for JP Morgan a long time ago, trading Forex. And I was taught these patterns early on. We hired a market technician, an Elliott wave analyst. Actually, it was the beginning. He just loved it, so he was studying it, and he was just probably a few years ahead of me of studying it, and he taught the trading desk. And we hired him off of the Chicago Board of Trade, and now he just deals with institutional clients. So I learned about Elliott wave analysis when I traded Forex for the bank. And I've continued to use these patterns. And the Wavy Tunnel Pro is really, it's the market map which follows the Elliott wave structure. But I always called myself not an analyst, but I was a trader. Okay, I am a trader. So I always had an Elliott wave analyst by my side. When I ran a desk, I had an Elliott wave analyst by my side. I hired somebody to sit next to me to really work up the wave counts, and then I would decide what I wanted to do. So this wavy tunnel strategy helps me to count the waves without being a consummate Elliott wave counter. So it keeps it simple for me so that I can just look at a chart and see the patterns and be able to make my decision without stopping and analyzing and keeping a wave count on every single thing that I'm trading. But that's what we have Elliott wave analysts for. So you learned about the market roadmap using the tool, the indicators. Now let's talk about the scanner. So what if you could scan for market roadmap trades using the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite scanner tools and identify trend and end of trend trades, recognizing market roadmap turning points with trend line breaks, mastering trade entry and exit strategies, and implement the trade plans for 6 Wavy Tunnel Pro setups and high probability occurrences. So now let's look at the Elite Scanner in action on the platforms that we deal with. Demonstrations on MT4, TradeStation, NinjaTrader, and MotiveWave. So I just like having a scanner, and I think you've probably seen a lot of scanners this week. So whatever floats your boat, as I say, whatever you resonate with, that's what you should, look to go with. So, one type of scanner which mimics the 8-wave market cycle, but there are many other scanners out there. So when this is on the right, you see the wavy tunnel setup. Now I'll just tell you what these moving averages are so that you can put them on your chart yourself and you can follow the market roadmap yourself. So the 12 EMA is the green line. That's what we call the filter. And then the magenta lines are the 34 EMAs on the high, low, and close. So the 34 EMAs. And then the tunnel is the 144 and 169. Those are the moving averages. Okay. The semaphores, the purple and the gray, those are the indicators that you get when you purchase our tools, which I'm going to tell you about at the end. But you can certainly follow the market structure, the 8-wave market cycle, using these moving averages. That's how we started. And then the awesome oscillator is a great indicator that I use to find the end of the move. When we see divergence between a peak in the awesome oscillator for a wave 3, and we see divergence, and then between wave 3 and wave 5, that's our first clue that maybe we're going to start that ABC correction, which takes us down to this tunnel. So we get some clues about that. We get the initial move down into the wave, and then we get some consolidation without making a new price high. And then when the market breaks down, this is our target. So this is our 8-wave market cycle. And the setups that we get, we're going to start on MT4. On the MT4 scanner, we can look for all of our setups. Our price to wave, that's the move down into the wave. Our fill the gap, that's the move down to the tunnel. And then we have other trades, the breakout 1 and the Royal Cross, the breakout 3, and then the breakout 4 is what we discussed, where we do have the move down for the wave C into the tunnel, and we look for buying. And this is great, great for stocks. We also have automatic trendline breaks. So you can efficiently monitor many pairs and many different time frames with setup alerts on the MT4 platform, and quickly assess the charts and make trades that meet the risk criteria. And we have a trading room. Neil runs our Forex trading room 2 times in London and 2 times in New York a week. And he's just a master in reading all of these wavy tunnel setups. And he finds trades in the room every single day using the scanner. And this is what the scanner looks like. I didn't run it today. This is an old scanner, but this just shows you what the scanner looks like. And we have all of our trades that we can find on the scanner. We also have trendline break trades. These 4 are trendline break trades. And when we have a trendline break at the same point as the purple arrow or the gray arrow, that adds confidence that maybe we've turned the corner. So this was one. If we just go back up. Now this is, I didn't do this today, so excuse, just my apologies. It's not current. This is the Euro Aussie, the 4-hour, and we have 2 trendline breaks. A 2 means that it's a bullish trendline break. And we also saw that we had the purple arrow 8 candles ago. So this is what showed up on the scanner. Now this would have showed up that when I took that screenshot, and the trend line breaks are here. Okay, the trend line breaks are here. And here is the purple arrow. It appears a little bit differently than it does on the other charts that I was showing you. And then this is where the signal occurred. And it took a while, but we did make it up to the tunnel. So that's the next move. And then we're actually, it went higher than the tunnel, and the wave is actually crossing up above the tunnel. So this was found by looking at the scanner. I mean, there's so many different currency pairs and so many different time frames. It's really, really good to have a scanner. And down here, it's really, really good to know this is a multi-time frame indicator, and it tells you 3 consecutive time frames. This on 3 consecutive time frames, this purple semaphore occurs. So this one higher and one lower. This is the 4 hour. One higher would be the daily. One lower would be the 1 hour. So this is where we originally put our scanner. Now, TradeStation is another scanner that we have, and again, we have our market map, and this scans for all the trend line breaks, and it scans for point C. So I'm going to show you. This is the TradeStation scanner, and I took this a few weeks ago. I didn't take this today. I'm sorry I didn't take it today. But I wanted to show you what happened after we took this a few weeks ago. I printed off the charts, and then today I showed you what happened. So we're going to look at the top 5 that showed up on the scanner, the top 5. You see the ready. So the ready occurred 2 candles ago, 3 candles ago, 4 candles ago, 4 candles ago, and 2 candles ago. But the signal occurred today and then 1 candle ago for all of these. So the signal is when price crosses the 12 EMA. So let's just have a look at the charts, because it's one thing to have a scanner, and it's another thing to be able to enter and to make sure that it's not going to go any lower than your entry. So we need confirmation, and our way of doing that is to buy on the close above this filter. Okay, and you can also look at a 1, 2, 3 reversal on a smaller time frame. I know many traders say to me, well, how do you, like, I have difficulty with entering. How do we enter? So one way to enter is on the candlesticks, on a reversal candlestick pattern after we get the ready. And then another is to use like a moving average and just buy when we go through the moving average. And then a third way would be to enter on a 1, 2, 3 reversal and on a smaller time frame. So this is the daily. You could go down to the hourly or the 15-minute and just enter on a 1, 2, 3 reversal once you get the ready. So it doesn't have to be this trading system. I'm talking about any trading system. Those are the things that I look at to enter into a position. But here's ECL, and we got the signal on the ready and the signal on the daily right over here, and the software automatically spits out the green arrow, which is the breakout for buy, and it gives price targets. Okay, so this is, and you enter on the, again, how you enter is how you enter. Okay, you have to decide how you want to enter. So now let's look at the chart that I took today, and almost all 3 profit targets were hit. Okay, let's just have a look. And this is it today, and almost all, this is where the entry came in, and I think we just about get close to the 3rd profit target. So I would never have found this on my own if I didn't run the scanner. I would never have found it on my own. And it's really, you know, it's been a big help to finding these deep discount setups that I like. Okay. The next one is Caterpillar. So this is, on the left we have the weekly, and on the right we have the daily. This came up on the scanner, and we have 3 different profit targets. And Caterpillar also hit the profit target. But there is a lesson to be learned here. Let's look at the next chart. The lesson to be learned is, yeah, it hit the 3rd profit target. This was the entry at the close of the close of this candle would be the entry above this filter, and this was the ready. 1 entry. The lesson to be learned is to take your profits, okay? Because we came all the way back down to entry. So even if you don't take all of your profits, take most of your profits, because there's no guarantee that we are going to go above this high price. There's no guarantee. I mean, that's the idea, that after you have a deep discount, we are going to go up through the price and make a new high. But I set the profit targets on the software where the 3rd profit target is below the previous high. So what that means is you can get out of 2/3 of your position, most of your position, all of your position. I would definitely recommend getting out of part of your position so you don't take profits or you don't not take profits and then watch price go all the way back down to entry. So this is just a trading tip. And here is Home Depot. Home Depot was another chart that symbol that showed up on the scanner, and this also pretty well almost hit its 3rd profit target. Okay, maybe it had a little bit more to go, but again, you want to be taking profits along the way, okay, because there's no guarantee that it's going to continue to go up. So you take your profits when you have profits. And then Low was another one, and I'm not sure, I think it went between the 2nd and 3rd profit target, but let's have a look. But look at the pattern, and you can find these patterns yourself if you have a watch list. Look at the pattern. This is the pattern that you're looking for. Okay, you can use our software to do the heavy lifting for you and to see the indicators, but you can certainly see the patterns here. And when we trade down below the tunnel, that's when you can can see about looking to buy. And here we got a trend line break at the same time that we got the green arrow. This is automatically printed on the software. I didn't print any of this out. So let's see where we actually went to. Yeah, we went between targets 2 and 3. Target 3 is up here. Okay. But a profit is a profit. And finally, this is the last chart that I'm going to show you. Same. I mean, we got the signal, and the 3rd profit target is up here. I think we came close to this 3rd profit target. Let's have a look. Yeah, not quite. Yeah, between targets 2 and 3. This was the entry at the close above the filter over here, and this is the 3rd profit target is up here. So look at the pattern. We have the purple arrow. We have a strong trend moving up, and then the market sells off significantly. And this is where traders get nervous, and they don't want to be going. They don't want to be buying here. So that's why we have to train our brain to think, well, this is where I should be buying. But you're not going to want to buy if you're already long up here. So that's the caveat. It's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. And finally, NinjaTrader. Let's look at the NinjaTrader scanner. And the NinjaTrader scanner is set up just like the TradeStation scanner. But you can also scan for the purple arrows and the gray arrows and the trend line breaks and the breakout 4 trades. So let's have a look at that. This is the scanner, the market analyzer, just looking for the daily upper royal, which is the purple arrow, the lower, and the 4-hour, the 60-minute, however you want to set it up, you can set it up. These are all the futures contracts. This is not current, okay? And you can also set it up on stocks. You can. I trade futures and I don't use the market analyzer because I'm just looking at the current markets. But I do want to show you the daily chart. We have on the upper left, we have the ES. On the upper right, we have the NQ. On the lower right, this is the RTY. Lower left is the YM on the daily chart. Look at the patterns on the YM and the RTY. We got the purple arrow. We got the gray arrow, the purple arrow and the gray arrow. And the software automatically kicks off the green buy and the targets, okay, the initial targets. These targets are more conservative than the other targets that I had on TradeStation. You can set the targets, okay? But this was really, this is amazing. And I remember looking at the ES and the NQ. Usually I look at all 4 markets, the daily, just to see where we are and if we have the breakout 4 patterns. And I didn't that day. I remember I didn't look that day at these 2 markets. I was focused on the ES and the NQ, and where we got the yellow dots, but we didn't get the gray dots. And I thought, oh, maybe we'll just, we'll get the gray dots. And we didn't, the gray arrow. We didn't. And that's because that's fine. We didn't. And that's okay, because these markets didn't correct as much as these markets did. Okay, but the patterns are there, like where you have the separation of the wave from the tunnel. And so I hope you got something out of this market map. Okay, now let's just have a look at one more platform, MotiveWave. MotiveWave has all of the same scanners, but it also has a few additional ones. We call it the Royal Noble setup, the purple gray setup. And that's very interesting because sometimes you get the purple arrow and then you get the gray arrow for a buy, but then you get another gray and another gray. Sometimes it trades sideways. The market trades sideways. This is the way it looks in MotiveWave, where we get, you can search all the stocks or whatever you're scanning, and have a look at this breakout 4 signal up here on FIS, the 4-hour. We have the purple arrow, and then we have the gray arrow, and then it, and then it moved up. So you can, and look over here. We had the initial signal over here. We got the purple and then the gray. It was purple before we made a new high, and then this becomes gray because the new high takes over, and this is the new purple. Okay, so this is really gorgeous pattern. We got 2 opportunities to buy at a deep discount for this symbol. Okay, so that's on MotiveWave. So Mario wrote, Jody Samuel's wavy tunnel probe based on Elliott wave theory helped me tremendously in recognizing fractal patterns regardless of asset types such as stocks, indices, commodities, forex, and futures. Since taking her program, I've been more conscientious in preserving my liquidity, slowly growing and rebuilding my account, and I've gained tremendous confidence in placing my trades. What sets her strategy apart from the other trading schools is the depth and breadth of her experience in the culmination and creation of the Wavy Tunnel Pro tools. Wavy Tunnel Pro removes trading ambiguity and helps you set up quality trades. In my short time as a trader, I've cut down on my learning curve by decades, and this system has helped me focus more on finding more actionable trades, refining my trading process, and taking profits more often. Thank you, Jody. Well, thank you, Mario. He's a great, he's still trading this way, and he told me this week that he's not looking at anything else, and he's doing very well. So if you are interested in the scanner tool and indicator suite, and you're interested in understanding how the markets trade in cycles and using our proprietary combination of cycle high and low indicators with momentum indicators to warn of market tops and bottoms. And this works with stocks, futures, ETFs, Forex, and cryptocurrencies. It works for day, swing, and position trading. Find precise entry points for option strategies and embrace this suite of professional tools to trade like a pro, then you might be interested in this system. So what will you get? You'll get a monthly subscription of the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Tool Scanner and Indicators on MT4, NinjaTrader, TradeStation, MotiveWave, or Wealth Charts, with your entry and exit signals for day and swing trading, and recorded trading on the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Tool Indicator and Scanner, and a Discord members channel. You will also get some bonuses: a day in the life of a successful Forex trader and a day in the life of a successful stock trader, a 2025 tracking sheet, a Forex trading room 4 times a week for 1 month. And this is where Neil will he'll just teach you all the nuances, especially if you're using MT4, the London and New York Open. And I have a weekly interactive NinjaTrader training session, and then one-on-one coaching session with me. So I want to see how you're doing. So these are all of the trading platforms that we're on. And it's $49 for the first month. Okay. And this is the website, wavytunnelpro.com/elite. wavytunnelpro.com/elite. And if you have questions, please email me, Jody at fxtradersedge.com or support@fxtradersedge.com. Really, the purpose of today was to get you to think in terms of the market structure and the market roadmap. I gave you the moving averages. And if you'd like to take this further, we would love to have you join us. But I hope you learned something here today. And I'm just seeing some comments from some of my students in here. Thank you, Stephen. And that's really all I have to say today.